You know Wolverine. We all do. But what if he outlived everybody? What if he was the last man standing on the day all the heroes fell? Well, that's the story of Old Man Logan, a ghost from a future that's just, well, terrifying, who's crash-landed right here in our present. So let's get into it. Let's break down who this guy is and the world he's fighting like hell to prevent.
Yeah, that pretty much sets the tone, doesn't it? These are the words of a man who is just broken, a survivor. This quote from Logan himself perfectly captures the world he crawled out of. A world where hope is long dead and evil didn't just win, it took over. And it remade America in its own twisted image.
So, how does a guy from a dead future wind up in our present day? Well, let's just say it wasn't exactly a smooth landing. He just wakes up. After a flash of white light, nothing makes any sense. The city he's in, it shouldn't be standing. And the heroes he's seeing, they should all be 50 years in their graves. He's a relic, an absolute impossibility, with no clue how he even got here.
And this right here, this is the core mystery of the character. To really get who he is now, we've got to understand the hell he survived. So, where did this guy come from, and what in the world happened to his timeline?
All right, let's rewind the clock. We're going back to his timeline, to the wasteland that used to be America, and to the one single event that created Old Man Logan. Okay, so imagine this. 50 years ago, the villains finally got smart. They got organized. In a single coordinated surprise attack, they wiped out almost every hero on the entire planet. The America Logan knew was just gone, carved up into territories ruled by the absolute worst of the worst. And in this new world, the villains didn't just beat the heroes. They spit on their legacies. They took their symbols and wore them like trophies. I mean, look at this. The Red Skull is the new president, a walking, talking insult to everything Captain America ever stood for.
And in this brutal new world, there was Logan. But he wasn't Wolverine anymore, not even close. After the heroes fell, something happened to him. A trauma so deep, so completely shattering, that he swore he would never use his claws again. For 50 long years, he was just a man, a pacifist haunted by the killer he used to be.
But, you can't keep an animal in a cage forever. A vow of peace can only last so long in a world that's built on violence, especially when that violence comes knocking right on your front door.
After the world ended, Logan found something he never, ever thought he was capable of having: a quiet life. He had a wife, 2 kids, a little farm. For the very first time, he wasn't the Wolverine. He was just a husband, a father. He actually found peace.
And then that peace was shattered. The landlords of his territory were the Hulk gang, the grotesque, cannibalistic grandchildren of Bruce Banner. And when Logan couldn't pay his rent, they came to his home and they took everything from him. They slaughtered his wife and his children. In that one moment, with his family lying dead in the dirt, the old man died, and the Wolverine was reborn. 50 years of peace, 50 years of holding it all back. All of it ended with one single brutal sound: snicked.
So, with his vow completely broken and absolutely nothing left to live for but revenge, Logan unleashed half a century of pent-up rage on the people who had just destroyed his world.
He hunted down every last member of the Hulk gang, one by one. And this wasn't a fight, it was a slaughter. He just tore through them with a ferocity that had been buried for 50 years, a hurricane of pure adamantium and fury.
His bloody path led him right to the top, to the patriarch of the clan, the original Hulk himself. Turns out, decades of radiation had driven Bruce Banner completely insane. He was now this monstrous, sadistic landlord who had long since eaten his last hero.
The fight was short, and it was brutal. Even with his claws out, Logan was just no match for a Hulk this powerful and this unhinged. Banner beat him to a pulp, and then, in a final act of dominance, he swallowed him whole. And just like that, it seemed like his revenge was over. But the Hulk forgot one crucial little detail: the healing factor. 12 hours later, as Banner's stomach was churning, Logan's body healed. And then, he cut his way out, bursting from the Hulk's back and ending the reign of Bruce Banner for good. A gruesome end to a very gruesome tale. And that brings us right back to the present. He's lived through the apocalypse. He's gotten his revenge.
But when all the blood dried, all he had was an empty world, until a flash of light gave him a brand new one.
See, for Logan, this isn't just the past. It's a second chance. He is a living, breathing warning of a future that he now has the power to stop. He knows exactly how the world ends, because he was there to watch the whole thing burn.
And now he has a new mission. No more peace, no more hiding. It's a simple, brutal hit list, and he's written it on his own skin. The names of the key players who set up the fall of the heroes. Mysterio, Red Skull, Bruce Banner, he's here to kill them before they can ever make his future a reality.
This really says it all. For him, there's no moral debate. There's no gray area. It's just a simple, desperate calculation. He has to kill a few people in the present to save billions from the future he came from. To prevent a world of monsters, he's got to become one himself.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? I mean, it's one thing to survive an apocalypse. It's another thing entirely to try and erase it from history. Can one broken man, haunted by a future that hasn't even happened yet, actually change the course of destiny?
And so he hunts, a man completely out of time, fighting a war that only he knows is coming. He is Old Man Logan, the last ghost of a dead world, trying to make damn sure he's the only one who ever has to see it.